A 20-month-old boy and a 4-year-old girl were killed in a Brooklyn intersection on Monday, struck by a car that slammed into them and the girl's pregnant mother. Details of the crash and how it occurred were still emerging, officials said. But the police department's chief spokesman said the crash did not appear to be an intentional act. It doesn't look like anything deliberate at this point, but we have to figure it out, said the spokesman, Stephen P. Davis. It is terrible. The 44-year-old woman who was driving the car that hit the people did not flee, Mr. Davis said. She suffered minor injuries, officials said, after her 2012 Volvo continued onward after hitting the pedestrians until it struck some parked cars. Eyewitnesses described the crash, in the Park Slope neighborhood, and the chaotic aftermath as the injured mother of the girl cried, "My baby. My child," as she sat bloodied on a curb. She hit the mother, she hit the little girl, and she took the carriage, the baby that was in the carriage, said Jessica Sierra, 43, describing how she saw the Volvo go through the intersection of 9th Street and 5th Avenue. Ms. Sierra, who had been walking to a bus stop, said the Volvo appeared to accelerate with the impact. She immediately ran to the girl, who was nearest to her, and used a sweatsuit that she kept in her pack to try to stanch the bleeding. There was blood everywhere, said Ms. Sierra. And I felt like she was cold, so I covered her with it. She looked lifeless. The police said the Volvo dragged the carriage, with the child in it, halfway down the block, trailing children's clothing, including a shoe and socks, behind it. The Volvo could be seen on the street afterward with mangled pieces of a stroller wedged under its right rear fender. Officials said the 34-year-old mother of the fatally injured girl, whose name was not released, was taken by ambulance to New York Methodist Hospital, where she was in serious condition. Officials did not say whether her unborn child had survived the collision. James Long, a fire department spokesman, said that both children were declared dead at the scene. Officials said the boy and girl were not believed to be related. A 46-year-old man suffered minor injuries in the incident, Mr. Long said. The first 911 calls streamed in at about 12:40 p.m., said Mr. Long, reporting the crash just a few blocks west of Prospect Park. The intersection, bustling and often chaotic, has been a focus of traffic safety advocates because of previous incidents. In 2016, a 41-year-old man was fatally struck by a car along 9th Street. The car that hit him was traveling north on 5th Avenue. In Monday's incident, the police said the driver, who was not identified, would undergo a sobriety test. She told investigators after the crash that she has a medical impairment. There's a possibility it may have been some kind of medical condition involved here, said Mr. Davis. She did not hit and run. He said there was video of the Volvo, either stopped or rolling very slowly on 9th Street, inexplicably beginning to move forward at 5th Avenue, though the light was still apparently red. All of a sudden, it looks like it just starts to accelerate, striking the people in the other side of the intersection, said Mr. Davis. They're going to do a mechanical check of the car, they are doing a physical check of her. It's going to take a while to figure it out.